Hello chess fans, welcome back to 101 Ways to Win or Lose a Game of Chess. I am your host Onyx Chess, and today we will be resuming our series on imbalances. The third imbalance that we'll be looking at is going to be king safety. Let's just get right into it. Here in this position, the question is put to the bishop. Bishop, would you like to continue looking down the a2 g8 diagonal where the black king will be, so that your pieces are ready to attack and are ready to aid in putting all kinds of pressures on the g6 square and so on? Or would you like to retreat to a less productive square? Now, white had to think about this. In one variation, thinking cold and calculated, we might just drop that bishop back and not give it much thought. The problem with that analysis is it's in a vacuum and doesn't speak to anything else in the position. When the bishop comes back to b3, we see that pawn b4 is around the corner. Bishop back to b6 is around the corner. Pawn to c5 is around the corner. And pawn to c4 is around the corner. Now, aside from this bishop backing up to b6, these pawns moving are all with force. In fact, after we see the c pawn move to c5 and then c4, a4 will be on deck too, causing catastrophic holes in white's position. And at the very least, we'll be writing that bishop out of the game. But it's going to be worse than that. So what we're talking about here in this variation is actually a matter of king safety. Because all of that really wouldn't be a problem. The only thing white really would want out of this entire chessboard on the queen side is really just that bishop looking there. That in and of itself, just to put that as a static nuisance on black's position, would be strong, very strong. Of course, the supporting role on d5 is nothing but further incentive. But that's really all white would want out of the queen side, aside from the fact that is where his king has been castled. Arguably with ideas of pointing that rook at that backwards pawn and or keeping an eye on d5 to help slow attacks. The point is, what if the king had castled kingside? If the king had castled kingside, bishop b3 makes perfect sense. Like I said, they can rush all their pawns all they want. A3 gets played, bishop a2 gets played. But moreover, all of these pawn moves that don't trouble white at all would just be actually tempo gains, because, you know, white's pieces got to get to that kingside anyway. So it would really just be a matter of helping white have all the space you want, have at it, because you're about to be crushed. You understand? But I think just, you know, looking at this board position and understanding that bishop goes to e2 is correct, because the king is on the queen side. I think that's good logic. So that's what it's about, just putting your pieces on the right squares. Your pieces on the best squares. You see?